Hi guys, I slept for too long and my brain feels like it's completely shut down, so I'm going to have breakfast first, trying to wake myself up, and then I'm gonna go into the writing. So I only have to do 2500 today, so it's like half of what I did yesterday, right? So normally I shouldn't have too much trouble with that. I can take it like slowly. I wanted to open dolls today, like I have this very special set I still haven't opened, but I'm not sure if I want to open it on camera or if I want to show it off like at the introduction, then opening it really slowly because I want to keep the box. And this type of doll have like plastic, and they have like holes at the back of the box to keep the doll inside, like the plastic is wrapped around and stuck at the back through the hole. So I need to be very careful doing that. So I don't think I can open it on video because it's going to take me a while, especially there's two dolls in the same box. And if it takes too long, it's just so boring to have a long video. So but my brain is not working properly. I'm just really foggy, like I cannot concentrate on anything. So I'm going to have food and take it slowly, and hopefully in a few minutes or hour my brain is going to kick in and I'll be able to do something. I'm gonna get orange juice, that should help. Like C vitamin is always good. I don't really want to drink like tea because it's kind of late, and if I drink tea I might not be like awake because of the caffeine, so I might have like some non um non-caffeine tea, but yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. So see you when I feel better, basically. So let's start with the not so fun stuff. I think I'm getting down with something again. I've got my nose and I cannot warm myself up. I'm under the blanket. I put like the heating on high and it's just still so freezing in here. I don't know what's going on with me. So, and now the fun stuff. So yesterday I started on the coloring thing. So I finished this one today. So I think I'm going to have like a very different version of this one because like everyone is going to come up with this basically. That's like the basic coloring they have in the anime, Spirited Away. So I think like most people are going to come up with something like that. So I'm probably going to have like a very different, maybe fiery version, I don't know. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. And then this is second one. So this is like the queen bee. So you have this young queen and the bees. So I could have like normal bee version, but like the artist, she actually makes like a rainbow color stuff. So she has a lot of not bee colored bees basically. So I decided to have one purple and one red. I think I will also have like a version of that with a different hair color for the girl because I thought she was gonna look very good blonde, but I think I want something different for this one, so I'm probably gonna make a different version of that like later and see what happens. So yeah, that's what's going on today. So that's what I've been up to for the moment. So now I'm going to go back and try to write something. It's like 2500, so it should take me less than 2 hours. If I really concentrate, in less than 2 hours, I'll be back and tell you, yeah, I did it. So I'm just gonna go back and I'll tell you what happened later. So I've got 400 words and it keeps coming back, so I don't know how much I'm going to write when it gets here. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna write something while he's sleeping, unless I'm also sleeping. So yeah, for today, I don't know. So anyway, I wanted to talk about something else since I don't have really a work on to talk about today. I'm going to talk about brainstorming because I have been like I'm in writer groups, and there are always people like putting some thing about, is this happening in my story, and then I'm stuck, I don't know what to write, blah blah blah. And today one of my friend, Rishika, I'm doing the buddy read with her, if you've seen those reviews. And so she actually don't know what her story is going to, so I asked, do you want to brainstorm? And she said yes. So we sort of exchange a few ideas. That's not the first time she actually does that. Like before our previous writing project, we had a brainstorm about like the action the guy who kidnapped the girl should take one after the other, that kind of things. But like if you go to the writer page, you always have like people asking, what should I write, blah blah blah. And that's something I won't do. Like I would brainstorm your story, I will tell you, like if you have a problem, just ask me and I'll give you ideas. And my point is, I have all those ideas. You give me a storyline and I'll build up the story for you, no problem. And that's why I won't brainstorm my own stories. Um, there is two actual reasons why I won't brainstorm my own stories. So the first one is I have the ideas. Even if I'm sort of stuck at some point, I know the ideas are going to come. And if they come from me, which is like my second point, is the idea come from me, they are more likely to be consistent than if I get them from another person. And the thing is, the character are actually talking to me. I'm not hearing voice or anything, but I created those characters. I built them up from birth basically until where they are. And so I know what they would be doing, how they would say things, how they move, what their way their brain is like working and thinking. And I try to keep them all different. Like they don't have the same trauma. I think everyone is traumatized by something, like or built up by something. And my characters, they don't have all the same thing. So the actions they are going to take might not make sense for some people. And the actions they are going to take might not make sense for other characters. Basically, I'm not saying that whatever you write, you have only one course of action. You have multiple course of action depending on who is going to do that action. So that's one of the reasons why I don't brainstorm, because I think if I actually end up brainstorming with someone, that's going to lead to inconsistency. And the other reason is because I'm on like book 7 or 8, something like that right now. And there is nobody has read what happened before. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of the thing I say in the novel I'm writing now don't make any sense if you haven't read the first books before. Because Azazel is thinking and he makes a lot of reference to previous books. And that's something, like I know that's something people don't like, because like especially in a writer group, like you shouldn't write like flashback and everything, but I actually love reading those as a reader. I like to know how the character ended up being what he is. So I have a lot of those, and like I was also reading once, like I have this snippet Sunday thing, and once like one of the girls, she has been putting a story for months, maybe years, like every Sunday you got a little bit. And she has actually two stories, and so on Sunday she puts a little bit about that story, and on the I think it was Thursday, she would put the other part of the story, sometimes Friday. And one of the command on a Sunday, so on a Sunday she just like her characters were thinking, and she actually mentioned in her thought another character. And one of the command was like, yeah, it's good, but no name dropping, because name dropping is bad. You don't, like, the reader don't understand name dropping, blah blah blah. And the thing is, I mean, when you're thinking yourself as a person, you probably think about other people. Like like she was saying, oh my god, he's just like that, but Jack isn't the same. And I mean, that's kind of normal. Like, you compare people as a person. So I think it's kind of normal to have that sort of train of thought for your character as well. But my character, if you ask someone who don't know the story to brainstorm for you, with you, um, that's not gonna work out. Like, at least for me, I know it wouldn't work out. So I don't do brainstorming with other people about my story. All the idea I got uh, to my story are absolutely mine. And that also cover the editor and beta reader. The only time I actually listened to an editor to actually change the plot of the story was for Rainbow Catcher. And Rainbow Catcher was supposed to be published last June, probably even 1 year ago. And it never did, because with the rewrite of the chapters, according to what the editor thought would be best as a plot line and stuff, a lot of things started not to make sense anymore. And well, she, like, at the end the editor ditched me because I was probably just a pain in the ass. But um like, I think I'm gonna just like get back to that novel and put it back the way it was before. And that's the story I have with brainstorming. People are going to, like, some people are going to want to write their book with your story. It's something like, you write a story, you have this whole idea, you know how it is in your head, and maybe your execution is not the best. So you should check out for that. But a lot of people you are going to brainstorm with, they don't want your storyline to match the idea inside your head, because they have no idea about the storyline in your head. They sort of want to have the story written the way they would have written if they had taken the time to sit down and do them by themselves and had the idea first. And that's another reason why I don't brainstorm on my story, because not your story, mine, basically. So I don't have anything about like against brainstorming. I just have a big thing against brainstorming with people who actually wouldn't write a story by themselves, but think they can manage to write yours better than you actually did. So yeah, that's why I don't really ask brainstorm for my ideas. So I think today I'm only at 400 because I'm half sick, and second point is because I'm half stuck. I know I said yesterday that I was at this very interesting place, but for some reason, maybe because I'm sick too, I guess, Azazel's starting to feel homesick, and I'm like, the guy is feeling homesick, and the guy can't feel homesick basically because he never really had a home. And that's a very strange feeling for this character, and I'm like trying to figure out why I think he feel this way. Like he's visiting a shipwreck and he's looking around and he's thinking about like why the ship was wrecked. Basically, why did the other character sink that ship? If that ship deserved to sink, and he was like he's not gonna ask, but he still asks anyway because whatever. And he's looking at that place and he's got this very strong sadness coming over him. And I'm just thinking, why? Like, it's not really his type of character. He's always a strong guy who never actually show his, like, fear or anything. Like, the only time he actually showed it was when his body was totally overcome by a god of chaos who was trying to kill someone. That's the only moment of weakness he really showed that wasn't a hunger moment. And now he's having this I'm so sad feeling because of the shipwreck. And in his past, he never had any shipwreck thing happening. And he just feel like homesick out of it. So I'm like, what the hell are those 400 words for? Am I completely out of my mind, or is there something deeper in that character? And I could totally go and brainstorm that with someone who would say, just forget about it and just rewrite the whole thing and make sure like he is hungry, he doesn't like the place, it's creeping him out, he want to get out of here, which totally makes sense. But at the same time, I want to know why that character could feel sad. And that's something that I won't know unless I do the work by myself. So that's how I feel about brainstorming for my own story. So that's why I don't really participate in the putting my work out there for people, for other people to brainstorm it for me. So anyway, Iki is going to arrive pretty soon, so I'm gonna stop here, and maybe if I write a bit more, I'll talk to you later.
So Iki decided to sleep, so I decided to stay up and finish my writing. And I was not in the mood really to sit at my desk and type the word in my usual page. So I'm going to show you my usual page. So I have this document basically, and I just type the story. At the very beginning, you have the title, and basically that's it. Just one long document with everything on it. And sometimes I just look at it and I feel like, oh my god, like it's so long, and it's just a blank page and I need to write, and sometimes it's just kind of overwhelming. So I'm going to tell you a little secret that I have when this happens. I go to a website called Write or Die. So let me like reload it. So this is what it looks like. So this is Write or Die, and you have like the version you can buy, which is all beautiful, but then you have this small version here that you can try just for free. And basically you choose your word count. So what I did was I put my word count at 1000-ish words twice because I already had 440, and then I put it like the full half an hour. So basically if I put 1000 in half an hour, that's basically how much I generally write. And then you have like, you just hit the button try, and you arrive to that white page, and you can type. whatever. And then after a while, it says here consequence mode. So you have several modes, but I generally use the consequence mode. And this is what happened. It started becoming red. And you have this crazy sound. And basically, when that type of thing happens, you don't feel comfortable anymore. So I don't know if you have tried to write when it's red, like on something red, but it's really uncomfortable for you, for the eyes. So I was typing, so I type, and I try to avoid getting in the red. And you also have this thing at the bottom. So right here you have the word count. So it's a number of words left. So when you type, you can see how many words are left. This number is going to decrease. Seeing the number decreasing, what I really like basically when I do it on my normal file is to go to the Nano website and update my word count, because when I do that I can see the progress. But on the write or die, like when you hit 0, you know you have all the words you plan on writing. And for me that's an amazing feeling, and you can see it, so I don't have to stop and go check it on the Nano website. I don't have to check my words. It just happened as I type, just in front of my eyes, and it's very powerful for me to keep me going. So that's something I use. A lot of people use like sprint, so like you do it with a friend. It's like, for example, you're on a chat, you're talking, and then like you say, okay, we're gonna do 20 minutes. For 20 minutes you just type, and then you share each other's word count. That's a possibility. But if you're alone, or if you don't want to do it with someone else, basically, you can use a write or die, and it's very efficient. Like I just did it twice in a row, put like 1000 something words, half an hour, and I just type. I got in the red a few times. When I start thinking, I got in the red. But the other point is, you don't have to think that much when you type, like really not, unless you're lost in the story, but I wasn't. So I just did that. And I just created something really, really cool for my story doing that. So I'm very happy with the last part, the explanation Cleona has given to Azazel is just like so good, and I'm just so happy with that. So I think today I had a good writing day. It was a little bit late, the finish, but it's pretty good. So I'm gonna keep like write or die open, and tomorrow for like getting my words, my other 2500 words, I'm gonna just use that. So I'm gonna put the link in the description below, so you can just check that out. And if it's interesting for you, just use it. I use it like a lot whenever I don't feel like I can manage my words by sheer willpower. I just write or die, because it just like it's a good replacement for your willpower. So anyway guys, that's going to be it for today's video, and I'm going to see you tomorrow for something new, hopefully. So see you next time, and have time whatever you write. Bye!